converting fractions to decimals. It's something a lot of students do struggle with. And sometimes they know the answer, so they know, for example, a half, 1 over 2, is 0.5. However, they don't quite understand why a lot of the time. And it's really important because some fractions you may not know, but you've got to know how to convert them and find out. We've got to know this line of fraction means divide. It means 1 divided by 2. So to prove that 1/2 is 0.5, we can use it using a bus stop. So we can set up our bus stop of 1 in the bus and 2 on the outside. So 1 divided by 2. So how many 2's go into 1? That is 0. And now this is a bit students forget. You put your decimal points on both top and the bottom, put a 0, and then because 2 doesn't go into 1, you carry over the 1. So now 2 into 10 is 5. And that is why a half is 0.5 as a decimal. Okay, that is why it converts to that. It's important that we know how. So a quarter, if you didn't know, a quarter is half of a half. So a quarter is 0.25. Yet again, some students know that, but if we didn't, how would we find out? So we can do 1 divided by 4. Remembering that line of fraction means divide. So how many 4's go into 1? That's 0. Then we carry the 1 over. How many 4's go into 10? That is 2. With 2 left over. So how many 4's go into 20? That is 5. So that's why it's 0.25. Right, with a fifth, 1 divided by 5. So set up our bus stop. How many 5's go into 1? That's 0. Then we carry the 1 over. How many 5's into 10? That is 2. Hopefully you see now why they are the way they are, why these decimals are these, okay? Now, yet again, 1 divided by 3. How many 3's go into 1? That is 0. And now we carry over the 1. How many 1's go into, how many 3's go into 10, which is 3. And we have 1 left over. How many 3's go into 10? That is 3. We'll do it one more time just to make sure. See if there's a pattern. How many 3's go into 10? That is 3. Hopefully you've seen a difference now. You can see this. These 3 decimals are called terminating decimals because the end, okay, is 0.5. It doesn't go on any further. Right. So this one, it is called a recurring decimal because it keeps going. It's 0.33333 and so on and so on. So we can change that to 0.3 and put a dot above it like that. And that means recurring. So instead of writing an infinite number of 3's after the decimal point, we can just put 1 with a dot and that shows that. Okay, right, let's do a few more to see if we've learned what I've just shown you. If you like what you've seen so far and it's helping you to improve converting fractions to decimals, hit the like button, leave me a comment, that way I know what to do when I'm making future videos. Let's try these ones. Pause the video, have a go at these 4. You can use bus stop division like I just shown you as well, okay? Remember, that line of fraction means divide, so 1 divided by 10. Pause the video, have a go. Okay, so should I have a go? Let's see if we've got the same answers. Remember, 1 divided by 10. You can use your bus stop. The answer is 0.1, but I'm going to show you now why. So 1 and 10. Okay, so how many 10's go into 1? That's 0. Carry your 1 over. How many 10's go into 10? That is 1. Next one, an eighth. Hopefully we've seen that an eighth is half of a quarter, okay? Right, so 1 divided by 8, because you'll say a quarter is 0.25, an eighth is 0.125, and you'll see it now. How many 8's go into 1? That is 0. Carry your 1 over. How many 8's into 10? That is 1. Carry your 2 over. How many 8's into 20? That is 2. We're going to need another 0. And there's 4 left over. How many 8's into 40? And that is 5. Let's look at the next one. So a ninth, 1 divided by 9. 9 is going to 1. That's 0. Carry your 1 over. How many 9's into 10? That is 1. Carry your 1 over. 9 to 10 again. That is 1. 9 to 10 again. Just to make sure, that is 1. So you should see, similar to a third, a ninth is also a recurring decimal. It keeps on going. These are terminating decimals. They just end, okay? Whereas a ninth keeps going. So we change that to 0.1 recurring. If you got that, fantastic. Now 1 divided by 20. So 1 divided by 20. How many 20s go into 1? That is 0. carry 1 over, how many 20 into 10, still 0. And now how many 20s into 100, that is 5. So you can see a 20th is the same as 0.05. Hopefully now you've seen it a bit more. These are your really common fractions to decimals, okay? Eventually in time, you'll know these off the top of your head, so you do not have to keep doing these, okay? But it's really important. You know, if it asks you what 3/10 is, if you at least know what 1/10 is, it's a lot easier to get 3, 4, 5, 6, and that works for all of them, okay? Thank you for watching my video on converting fractions to decimals. This has been Master Jacko. Take care, and I'll see you next time.